Hello there, good evening to you. My name is Wayne. I am the Lone Cybertronian. So I'm going to do a review today of a figure that turned up this morning. I wasn't going to buy him initially, but I saw him going for a reasonable price along with Iguanus on In Demand Toys website. I thought, well, you know, just to save on a bit of postage, I'll pick him up and see how we do. And I'm really glad I did, because I really like him. So, figure in question is the new Legacy, Transformers Legacy Bulkhead figure. There's been a little bit of chat about this one. There's some people that like it and some don't for various reasons. But I'm just willing to get in and do the review. So I'll just tell you what I think about it, and I'll leave you to make your own minds up, even get the words going. So yeah, let's see how we get on. I'll start with robot mode and we'll take it from there. And here is Bulkhead in his rather impressive looking robot mode. Now I've got to say, I actually really quite like this design. I know Thew said in his review that he felt that Bulkhead was actually doing this mould a favour by using it himself, rather than the mould actually being good and bigging up Bulkhead. But I actually really like it. I think it suits Bulkhead quite well, considering he used to be a kind of a weird looking kind of massive car thing, which I actually really like the design of, but it didn't feel like it quite fit. And this actually really does. Alright, he's squared off, but he actually does look like a big bruiser. I could imagine them using this mould potentially for someone like Roadbuster or someone like that. Who also, actually, Roadbuster's also a Jeep, but you know, he's got that kind of mass and power. Definitely a brawler. Massive chest plate, as you can see. Plenty of movement in the arms. You're going forward, back, side to side. You've got the elbows coming up to past 90 degrees. Part of that's for transformation. Bit of the old bicep swivel. Hands rotate. We do have a waist swivel, which is nice. Knees for days. Thighs, and that's not on a ball joint. I think it's twin hinged, but you know, plenty of movement there in the legs. Feet. As you'd probably guess these days, you've got a bit of ankle tilt and a bit of forward and back as well, so you can get into plenty poses. He just looks great. I do quite like the twin wheels on the back here that aren't actually wheels, but they hark back to the original Bulkhead, who has those two wheels on his shoulders. I thought that was quite cool. And then he's got two functioning ones there, and then another four functioning ones on his legs there. Now, accessories wise, this is something that really sold me. Now, for a start off, he comes with a little minigun kind of weapon here, and it looks about right scale wise when you put it onto his vehicle mode for a human to use. But when you put it in Bulkhead's hand, as a pistol, it looks a little bit strange. What I've been taken to doing is putting it on his forearm. I don't think it looks too bad as like a forearm mounted weapon. It works. But what you can also do, if I can get it to plug in properly, is, there we go, there's a little slot on the side of those wheels, and you can just plug it in there, and it creates a quite reasonable looking shoulder cam. It can't come down to shoulder level, that's as low as it goes, which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping it would come down to you know, Soundwave style over a shoulder, but I mean, I don't mind that at all. It makes a nice little display piece. The other thing he's got is this huge canopy, which I actually really like the detailing on this. So on one side, you've got like the cloth kind of army kind of tarpaulin kind of thing, but then you flip it over on the other side, and the other side is Cybertronian steel. So it looks equally good as a proper shield that way around. And what you can do is there's this little post here which can come out either way, if I can get it to work. There you go. And you can just literally strap it to his arm and just wrap it around like that. So you've got a massive shield stuck to his arm, or a massive, I don't know, it's a massive armoured arm. But I tend to splay it out a little bit, and I have it rotated. So look, like he's actually carrying a massive medieval shield. You can click these back a little bit as well, so it's got a bit more stability. So that's kind of cool. And then obviously you've got the viewpoint in it, which you can take or leave. It's kind of like a SWAT shield in that respect. So that's quite cool as well. I'm a sucker for defensive bots, so shields and stuff. That's my bag. Love them. And then this is my favourite thing. So anyone who knows Bulkhead from Prime, or perhaps even Animated, knows that he's got a signature weapon in the form of a bowling ball of death. It's like a mace hand. And what they did with this was they allowed it to split in half on a hinge. So he holds the top half, and the bottom half just comes over and folds in, so it completely encloses his hand. And I just think that was a mega good thing for mega good. That's good English, isn't it? I just thought that was a really, really good thing for them to do. Gives him that real close quarters vibe, and it's very him. Complete with the little face and massive jaw. It's very much. It really does reek of like a G1 style Bulkhead. And that's really, really pleasing. So, what I'm going to do now is flip him across into vehicle mode, and then I'll give you my overall opinion on the lad. But yeah, robot mode, absolutely solid, and actually I really like it. And here we have Bulkhead in his rather green army truck mode. I really like this thing, it must be said. I'm a sucker for military vehicles at the best of times. But I don't know, something about this that just really appeals to me. I mean, you can clearly see that the tarp on the back is obviously made of his shield. And so you flip it over and you've got the Cybertronian steel on the other side. But I don't know, there's something about it that's really cool. It rolls like an absolute dream, which is really nice. But it just looks like it reeks of power. You know, you wouldn't want that smashing into you anytime soon. And I really like that. A couple of really interesting steps in the transformation as well, including the fuel drums here, which are on ball joints here and actually come from the inside of the legs, and then they help to tab this section together. Completely unexpected move there. I didn't know they were going to do that. And there's a few other interesting bits as well. The way the arms fold up into the cab is quite interesting. And as a previously undocumented feature, you've got the back of the cab here, which stores his weapons, or the back of the truck, and you can actually fold the legs, or the feet, sorry, down to create an access ramp, which is nice. Don't know how functional that would actually be, but you know, that hits the floor, and it does. In fact, if anything, those feet do look like they're supposed to do that. So that's quite interesting. I like that a lot. Just something I noticed when I was transforming him earlier, so that was cool. But yeah, I don't know, it just really appeals. Like, everything folds together really nicely. It's nice and solid, no faffing about. Even the tarpaulin, it isn't going to move. It's pegged in there, and there's two pegs here and here at the back, just there, I think, thereabouts, and they slot in, and it's held together magnificently. There is weapon storage in the back, as you can see. I've got his bowling ball of doom in there. Also, there is space for his minigun as well. However, I do like to keep the minigun out separate because there are plenty of posts on it. So you can just plug the minigun in as a weapon on the side if you want to. Or, my favourite place, I did like to tab it into the hole on the back here. But as a result, I don't know if you can see that, but it scrapes on the actual post there, which is kind of frustrating. So rather than do any damage to the actual thing, let's see if I can do this now. He says, worked earlier. There you go. I've decided to just pull out the post, and you can stick the gun on there as a reasonable looking turret. As you can see, I said this chain gun was about human size, possibly a bit too big actually, now that I'm looking a bit closer, but you know, It's not big enough to be a Transformer-sized chain gun, but certainly give human attackers something to think about. You got the fake wheels there as well, the ones that were on his back, and they just fold in. And it just looks great. I just really like it. The only, I don't know if I'd call it, it's not even a disappointment really, but the only thing that that I wish they could have hidden a bit better was you can see the legs in there. That's the only complaint I have, and if that's the only complaint, then I'm kind of scraping the barrel here, because everything else is absolutely spot on. I actually really like him. Would he be my favourite now? Probably not. Or would he be a favourite in, or even, you know, a popular Transformer in a few years' time? Probably not again, but I actually, at this moment of opening him up, I actually really like him. He's a solid version, and just a nice figure. He's well made, transformation's good, colours look great, accessories are great. Definitely worth having in a collection if you like transforming robots, or if you're a fan of the character. So there is Legacy Bulkhead, who I am very pleased to have got. I will apologise for not keeping my videos up to date. I lost my phone, and as a result I lost all of my intros and all my recording software and everything recently, so I've taken my time rebuilding all that. We're back up to some kind of speed now, so I'm hoping to get some more content out. I did promise a review of Ravage and Soundwave, and in the meantime Ratchet, Wheeljack and Brawn have all shown up as well, so I'd like to get them out. I managed to get Sideswipe the other day, and movie Dropkick as well, Studio Series Dropkick, the car version, so I would like to get those out. But as I said, Bulkhead here arrived with Iguanus, so he may well be my next one, just because I know not many people have got their hands on him yet. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you on the next one.